If you haven't seen it yet, there was a discourse between two black men on the internet. I think they had some sort of beef. I didn't do any deep dive into the beef. But within this beef, the true definition of hatred, the true definition of I hate you came out from this conversation. Should I even call it conversation? This promising that was happening between these two men. There was one man in question. Let's call him man A, who was hating on this man that he had beef with. But I don't know what type of beef they had that runs so deep that this man looked the other man right in the eye in the video and said, "You know where I live. You know where I live. We can bang each other. We can shoot each other. We can do it at a Walmart parking lot. We can do it at a parking lot anywhere you choose. You know where I live. Meet me there. And we are going to bang it out. And if I lose, I'll make sure I have $70,000 in my pocket. Just so that if you are able to kill me, you can get all the $70,000 that's on me." And he completes the sentence with, "I hate you, nigga. Let's die." I don't know whether you guys get how hateful this is. He hates the man so much. He's willing to put everything on the line just to get an opportunity to hurt that man. It is on par with Mike Tyson and Andrew Galata. Just that Mike Tyson was saying he was going through a lot of things, so he just fights to feel not alone. This man was willing to lay down his life. This man didn't care if he won or not. This man didn't care if he won or lost. This man didn't care what happened after that. Just let me see you and hate you. And he ended that sentence. He ended that whole threat. That's a threat at this point. He ended that whole statement with the most hateful sentence, the most hateful string of words I've ever heard. "I hate you, nigga. Let's die." He doesn't care whether he lives or not. Hating you is the point of his life. This is on par with Reverse Flash and The Flash. This man isn't petty. You guys don't get. He hates the man. I don't think I don't think I have experienced that level of hate. I don't think you have experienced that level of hate. But that's what you call a number one hater. Every now and then, people bastardize the word number one hater. They don't really, the phrase number one hater. They bastardize that phrase. People don't really get what it means, what encapsulates a number one hater. That man was a number one hater. This is almost like the Vince Russo situation. Y'all remember when Vince Russo's number one hater promised Vince Russo that he would live to see Vince Russo's death and he will piss on his grave. You guys don't get the point here. He's making sure he will outlive the man. You don't ever sit down to make plans to outlive a man. He said he'd outlive him, and he has made it in his will that unless he is ambulated or he can't move or he is dead, his daughter has to take him, his daughter or his wife has to take him to Vince Russo's grave where he will piss on that grave. That's dedication. He started to change his diet. He changed his diet just so that he would live longer than Vince Russo. He wanted to outlive Vince Russo. He started to make and eat. He started to make better choices, eat healthy, drive slowly. He is sacrificing his enjoyment of today. He is refusing to eat Big Macs, all the food that he enjoys. He's not eating them. No. He's gonna eat healthy. He's gonna eat all the bitter foods just so that he can outlive Vince Russo. And after he outlives him, he will make sure he pisses on his grave. He told his daughter and his wife, if they do not get him to Vince Russo's grave, they will be out of his will. He has put in measures to piss on a man's grave. What is my point here? My point here is, I hate you, nigga, let's die. It's such a powerful statement from an actual number one hater. You don't want to have a hater like this. But the real philosophical reason I'm talking about this is that hate is one of the purest form of love you'll ever find. When somebody truly hates you, fall in line with the characteristics of true love. Somebody be bettering themselves just so that they can outlive you. Somebody putting down your life, making sure you're financially stable, making sure that they doing everything in their power just so that they can see your well-being. Somebody monitoring, somebody monitoring, somebody watching your health, seeing how you are, wondering what you're doing, what you got going on in your life. Are you okay? Are you fine? Are you fine? Like, are you really fine? Like, somebody trying to know this. Are you fine? Are you okay? Are you financially great right now? Are you in a great headspace? Somebody checking this out. Somebody being able to look at you and be like, nah, something ain't right. A D1 hater knows more about someone than a D1 fan. I know a friend that hates Drake. He hates Drake so much. He knows all of Drake's songs, what Drake is gonna release, how Drake is gonna. He knows his every action. Isn't that love? That is literally love. Whenever somebody hates you, which I think none of us has ever had a hater, because we don't have a reason to be hated. It doesn't mean you're doing something right. It doesn't mean they're doing something wrong or they're doing something right. It just means they want. They're attracted to you. But that's the only way they can express their love. How does this benefit you? It doesn't. I really just wanted to talk about the video that I saw on TikTok. But it doesn't. But it just it's a warm feeling to feel, in your inside, knowing that somebody really loves you. Like, most people keep talking about unconditional love, unconditional love. What about unconditional hate? I've not seen a single hate that was conditional. You don't have to keep adding fuel to the fire for it to progress like love. You don't have to you have to put things into a relationship for love to come out. You don't have to put nothing into hate. You just have to exist. And the hate will always persist. You can die and some people will still hate you. I don't want to use the German arts guy as an example because there's a reason for him to be hated. But that's the thing. So heinous. Have you ever hated somebody so much you just want to fuck them? I've not gotten there, but I've heard some people get there. Like, he's like, I hate Sophie Rain so much. Say he hates Sophie Rain, like he hates her. He'd fuck her. He said he'd genuinely marry her just because of how much he hates her. You guys don't get it. He would marry her. Treat her right. Treat her like a human being. Just because he hates. That's love, nigga. That's love. That is love. That is pure love. That is just the purest form of love, man. Just the purest form of love. Be checking up on somebody every single day to know where they are, how they're doing, who they're with. Bro, you gotta love the person to an extent. You gotta love them to an extent. But it's crazy. I hate you, nigga, let's die. He really said he's willing to put his life on the line. So that nigga dies and he's willing to die to see that man die. He doesn't want to see that man die. Just the clarity of knowing he's dead as he dies. It's okay. It's like a story that my father said. My father said